O Museu da TAM é visitado diariamente por diversos apaixonados pela aviação do mundo todo. E hoje nós viemos acompanhar a visita de um convidado ilustre. Ele decolou lá da Inglaterra, fez uma escala em São Paulo, onde realizou um show para 50 mil fãs de heavy metal e aterriza agora aqui no Museu da TAM. Eu te levo para acompanhar o Dickinson, vocalista do Iron Maiden, na visita ao museu. Hello, hi, Bruce. Okay.
Oh, hi there, that works.
Are you enjoying this visit?
Fantastic, this is a fantastic museum.
So, if Mr. Amaro says to you right now, you can choose one of those aircrafts to pilot, which one would you choose and why?
Well, I probably have to choose the Spitfire, just because it's very dear to my heart, you know. And it flies as well. But the other one that I find absolutely extraordinary is the seaplane that did the first crossing of the Atlantic before Limburg. That's an incredible machine. That's like something out of a Jules Verne novel, you know, really extraordinary.
With you. So all the bits that need to get signed, there's little certificates and what have you and everything else.
Quando surgiu essa sua paixão por pilotar e pelas aeronaves?
Well, I started out almost as young as I can remember, being surrounded by aeroplanes. My godfather was in the RAF, the British Air Force, and as an engineer. And so he used to tell me lots of stories about airplanes. He used to have all his models that he had to make when he was studying to be an engineer. And I can just remember being around aeroplanes a lot. He used to take me to air shows and museums and things. But I never got around to flying an aeroplane until more than 20 years ago. Mainly when I always thought I'd be too stupid to be a pilot. I thought you had to be a rocket scientist. Now I know a lot of my friends are pilots. And they're not rocket scientists. But they're good buddies, you know. And so when I first actually flew an aeroplane, like for real, not just on a flight simulator or, you know, it was such an overwhelming experience. And I think people that love aviation will know what I'm talking about, because you know, I've taken all my kids flying in little airplanes, ones that go upside down and go around loop-the-loop and things like that. And they all have a great time, I think, that's what they tell me anyway. But none of them have that sort of passion for it. It was a nice thing to do, day out with Dad. But none of them came back and sort of going, oh wow, I just got to go do that again and again and again and again every single day. And people who want to be pilots, that's what they like. You know, I know people who were, when they were 6 or 7 years old, said, I'm going to be a pilot. That's all they ever wanted to be. So it is something that I think is just either in you, or not, as the case may be. Sort of the need for speed or something, I don't know.
Gostaria de perguntar para você se pilotar aviões tem sido algo que te inspira a cantar tão bem como você tem cantado nas últimas turnês. Como é que seus amigos se sentem você como piloto em algumas das viagens? Eles se sentem bem seguros e tal? And just a little thing, your music is very important for all and change our fucking lives. Thank you so much.
I appreciate the sentiment, thank you very much. Yes. Well, when I'm flying, flying an airplane, it's a different headspace to being on stage with Iron Maiden. Although they do share some things in common, which were probably quite surprising in some senses. No, to be a pilot, you need to be fairly disciplined, because it's a rule-based world, especially when you're dealing with the lives of 230 people, as one of the airliners I fly. They expect that you will behave, responsibly, and in actual fact, it's very rewarding, because it's sometimes not an easy job. You need to be able to think quickly, solve problems, anticipate problems, and above all, work with the other people that you're working with on the day, not just the other pilot, but also the cabin crew, also the people on the ground, air traffic control. So the job of a pilot actually is much less about being kind of some, astronaut or military pilot or something. Actually, as a pilot, in an airliner environment, you're actually a leader of a whole team of people who are trying to bring a safe conclusion to that flight. Much of what you do is not seen by anybody. It's only seen by one or two other people. But one of the reasons I like flying is that the respect you get from your colleagues is worth exactly the same as the respect you get from 5,000 people out in an arena. It's just a different area of your life in which you get respect for doing a good job. So that's one of the reasons I find it rewarding. The other nice thing about flying is that at the end of 7, 8, 9, 10 hours of going from somewhere to somewhere else, we do all of our checks and paperwork and everything else, and we shut the door, and the job is over. And I like that. However, when I'm with Maiden and I'm out, my job's never over. And maybe if I lock myself in my hotel room, draw all the curtains, I can say, okay, the job's over. But the moment I step outside, especially somewhere like Brazil, where we're obviously very popular, the moment I step outside, whatever I do, you're being judged. There's no escape from it. That goes with the territory. But flying, it's quite nice. It's one of the first times in my life I've ever had a proper job. And it's, well, actually no, it's not fair. Flying's not really a proper job, Don't tell anybody else that,
Na sua opinião, quem que realmente foi, assim, quem que inventou a aviação? Tem uma polêmica no Brasil, de Santos Dumont, os irmãos Wright, né? Na sua opinião, quem que inventou?
Well, in my opinion, I think it was probably an Englishman.
Uau, que super visita essa do Bruce aqui no Museu TAM, né? Acompanhada pela imprensa, por alguns fãs também que tiveram acesso exclusivo, e você acompanhou tudo aqui no nosso programa. Mas continue ligado, porque logo ali depois do intervalo ainda tem muita matéria que você não pode deixar de ver. Até já!